I've been involved in flexible segmental paving for about 40 years, mainly in the areas of construction, installation, design work, and later on in training and education. And while I was an educator, I did a lot of development in paving. And in 2003, I went to a conference in South Africa where they were talking about permeable paving. So since then, I've been involved in permeable paving, and in 2006, I studied permeable paving in Europe and United States and UK, in particularly Germany, where they do a lot of it. While I was doing that study, I realised that permeable paving could be extremely beneficial to Australian conditions. We need to manage our water in the best possible way. Permeable paving could be extremely beneficial to Australian conditions. We need to get the water back into the atmosphere, back into the soil where it's needed. The concept of hydropavers is that it's an extremely attractive paver that still operates as a permeable paver. So instead of the water going through the joints, it allows the water to go through the body of the paver. It allows water to be stored in the paver, as well as permeating through the paver and ending up in the subgrade. This allows the water to get back into the soil, having great benefit to plant growth. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen. I have a fellowship in Permeable Paving Systems, and I'm about to present a case study in Permeable Paving Systems. The case study that we're doing is an area that was previously just gravel, which got quite muddy. What we're doing here is we're going to lay the area in permeable pavers. We'll excavate to a depth of 300 millimetres, install compacted no fines 20mm crushed rock, topped with a 5mm bedding material, and the permeable pavers will be laid on top of that mix. We'll test the pavers by running a 30-tonne truck over the pavers. This will test the braking load of the pavers as well as how well they relate to shunting and movement. We will also illustrate the permeability of the pavers in terms of how quickly the water will run through the pavers. I will now go through the process in detail, step by step. We begin with the excavation. We will dig the area out to 300 millimetres below finished level using an excavator and a bobcat to remove the soil. We will then install the base, which is a 20mm no fines crushed rock, which will be heavily compacted and very well levelled to a tolerance of 3mm. We will wet the crushed rock to achieve optimum compaction. The crushed rock will need to be compacted in layers of approximately 150 millimetres. These layers are also dependent on the size of the compactor that will be used. The base will need to be levelled and screeded extremely accurately to achieve a tolerance of no more than plus or minus 2 millimetres. The next step is to install the bedding material. This layer is 30 millimetres thick, and the material is a fine 2mm to 5mm no fines grit. This material is wet down and lightly compacted. This material needs to be screeded extremely accurately to achieve a flat surface. The pavers are then set out and laid on top of the bedding material. It's important that the pavers are laid to a string line and that the lines are kept straight in both directions. Straightening can be done once the pavers has been laid, provided it's only minor adjustments. Once the pavers have been laid, some jointing sand can be swept into the joints to stop the pavers from moving on a temporary basis. On completion of the laying, any pavers that need to be cut are installed, and then we construct the edge restraint. The edge restraint needs to be a reinforced concrete beam to stop sideways movements. Once the edge restraint has cured, which usually takes 24 hours, the pavers are post-compacted and the sand is continuously swept into the joints. During this post-compaction, it is important that there is no sand on the actual pavement. This process may need to be repeated 4 or 5 times to ensure that the joints are completely filled with sand. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen and I'm going to talk to you about Premier Hydropavers. The advantages are good water permeability, a whole new way of looking at drainage, easy planning approvals, regular surface temperature, versatile, good-looking, non-slip, safety and comfort, dispersal water hazards, noise reduction, benefits to the environment. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen and I'm going to talk to you about Premier Hydropavers. These pavers are sustainable and attractive ceramic permeable pavers that eliminate water runoff issues. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen and I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of Premier Hydropavers. Premier Hydropavers are permeable and have an absorption rate that allows it to store an enormous amount of water. The absorption rate of Premier Hydropavers allows them to store the first 5 millimetres of rain in the actual paver itself. This has enormous benefits to the environment because all this water is evaporated back into the atmosphere. The remaining water is then infiltrated into the soil. So the water is getting back into the air, back into the soil where it's needed. Premier pavers are like a sponge. They allow the water to soak through the paver, into the base and then to the subgrade. I believe these pavers have a great benefit to the environment. It allows us to manage our water resources effectively. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen and we've done some case studies on Premier Hydropavers. The first case study we did was the absorption rate. What we did is we applied 20 millimetres of rain on 1 square metre of paving. To demonstrate this, we put 20 litres of water over 1 square metre of paving. What we collected was 14.9 litres of water. This meant that in 1 square metre of paving, we stored 5.1 litres of water. You can now see how the water is absorbed by the pavers. In summary, this means that the 5 litres of water that's stored in the paver is all evaporated back into the atmosphere. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. The next case study we did was to see how much water would permeate through the pavers within 1 minute. We applied 50 litres of water in the space of 1 minute, and within 30 seconds the entire water was gone. You can see how quickly the pavers are taking the water. If you want to know more about these pavers, go to the website. Hi, I'm Nic Van Diemen, and I've been involved in flexible segmental paving for 40 years in the areas of construction, design and installation. Later on, I did education and training, and since 2003, I've taken an active interest in permeable paving systems. I believe Premier Hydropavers are the most advanced paver that I've seen so far. They work. They're attractive, colourful, and they come in a range of sizes. Premier Hydropavers have the advantage of helping Australia manage their limited resources of water and maximise the water that we have. If you require more information, go to the website.